Hey guys, it's Skullcat here. I'm back again with another video. In this video, it's going to be an updated guide on how to use Incarn in certain scenarios and just a little, just a little overview of Incarn since I've been using that in keys instead of convoke and haven't made a video on it yet. So let's get started. There's going to be a few things I go over in this video, and it's going to be mostly Incarn versus convoke and how to properly play around Incarn. Now, this first part, I'm going to go over the opener for Incarn in AoE and the opener for Incarn in single target, and what to do during Incarn on single target, because I know some people have questions about that and don't like it, but I'll get that all cleared up for you. Just hang tight. Before I get into the rotation, I want to go over why we're using Incarn over convoke. Convoke is a little troll at times. You can't kick or stop or press any other buttons, press any defensives or anything during convoke, or it gets interrupted. Interrupting convoke is so troll for your damage, and honestly, it's just not worth using at this point when there's talents like Incarn that we can play around. Now, Incarn is better for a lot of reasons. It is better because you get more time to proc ravages. Like, for example, Berserk with Incarn only lasts like what? Berserk lasts 15 seconds, right? Convoke lasts 4 seconds. You're not pressing any buttons during convoke. You could get fucked with ravage procs during convoke. So the fact that you only have about 11 seconds of actually proccing ravages with Berserk and convoke is just, in my opinion, just not worth it. Because you, like I said, you could literally just get no ravage procs during convoke and just do like no damage during it. So that's just 4 seconds. Obviously, it's not wasted. Convoke's a good spell for certain scenarios, but I just advise you to go try out Incarn and thank me later. Now, obviously, there are certain scenarios where convoke would be better. Like, for example, the burn phase of Big Mama. Convoke is definitely going to be way better for that, especially if you don't have funnel on the boss for you to proc ravages off of. And the fact that you cast so many spells within like a short amount of time with convoke. But I'm pretty sure that even with convoke being better, like on that one boss for Feral, it's still not worth taking it over Incarn. And you'll see why if you just try out Incarn, honestly. Incarn feels so much better, so much more smooth, and you have like nothing to worry about kick wise and everything. Now, the first thing I'm going to go over is actually going to be Incarn rotation and AoE. There's a few things you do a little differently since you can stealth one time during Incarn. I'm going to show you that right now. So you're going to start off with a stealth rake, thrash, brutal slash into a swarm, all cooldowns, primal wrath, brutal slash, ravage, thrash, ravage, then stealth, rake, get that blood talons, and then go back to doing the same thing again. That's literally all you do during this. Alright, now the next part is going to be Incarn during single target. Obviously, in certain keys, your cooldowns are going to line up on pull, which really sucks for Feral, but gotta deal with it. You're going to start off the same thing as AoE. You're going to go into a rake, a thrash, a brutal slash, a swarm, all cooldowns rip. You're going to shred, ravage, and just spend builders over and over. You're never going to press bite. You're literally just going to press builders. See over here? I'm pressing my builders until I get a ravage proc. Yes, it sucks, but trust me, it is worth. In this segment of the video, I'm going to show you how to be an ethical kitty. Let's say you're playing with a Havoc who's annoyed that people kill their funnel on the first boss of Halls or the first boss of Aura with all those little mobs around. The groundskeepers, the little spiders, and you want to do damage but not take their funnel. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So, you want to start off with the same rotation as always, except instead of a Primal Wrath, you're going to be ripping. So I'll show you here. Rip. You're just going to be not putting rip on any of these mobs. They're just going to be funneling all your damage from ravages into this mob right here. No Primal Wrath at all. Only rip. And it's literally that simple. Now, if you want, you can Primal Wrath everything and be unethical. But if you want to be ethical and get those keys time quicker, I recommend not killing off the funnel. And that concludes this Incarn guide. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this. I know I haven't been pushing out content recently, but I've been dealing with a lot of IRL stuff, my mental health and everything. So, but you know, we're here. We'll get through it. I know Midnight's coming out, so I didn't want to make too long of a guide, but don't worry, I'm gonna be playing Feral during midnight and pushing out more guides then and everything. And yeah, I just really appreciate you watching this, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.